Thank you, Pastor Daniel, for honoring me with this invitation to speak on how I have been blessed by my mentoring role in my personal ministry and in Wycliffe. I definitely qualify as an old man, and it's humbling to consider the other qualifications Paul outlines as I have read this chapter. Jody and I have served as missionaries with Wycliffe Bible translators for 30 years, which probably qualifies me for the second criteria Paul describes: to teach sound doctrine. After 30 years as a Bible translator, I have a handle on sound doctrine. My job in Wycliffe is a partnership development coach, which involves helping new Wycliffe members join God in discovering and building their ministry, prayer, and financial partnership team. I call PD a spiritual adventure because it is a faith-stretching growth experience in trusting God for these new members. They have to reach 100% of the budget Wycliffe sets before they can leave for the field, and it's my job to help them reach that goal. I told Daniel this season of mentoring has been one of the most rewarding and meaningful in my Wycliffe career. Here's how I have been blessed in applying Paul's mandate to Titus in my teaching and coaching. It begins with understanding sound doctrine, namely understanding God's purpose for our lives. God clearly stated that purpose in Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, when he said to Abraham, "You are blessed to be a blessing to all the nations." As Christians, we are blessed to be a blessing to everyone, especially to those we love in the family of God, also to those who don't know Jesus. Sharing our faith and encouraging others to follow Jesus and deepen their faith fulfills God's purpose to be a blessing. There is no greater joy than fulfilling God's purposes, which for me is teaching and mentoring. And like another one of the older men in our church named Dave Click, the two spiritual gifts I admit to are encouragement and enthusiasm, both of which apply in mentoring. Here are specific ways I have been blessed in applying today's passage. I have grown in my dependence on God, especially in prayer. I see the promises in God's Word come true on a daily basis, especially those using encouragement. I am blessed as an instrument of God by reaching out to people to help them grow spiritually and become transformed in the process, especially when an unbeliever comes to know the Lord. I have had the pleasure of baptizing people I have led to the Lord, including my own children. There is no greater joy than this. Helping others develop Christ-like character helps me build my Christ-like character. I have to practice what I teach to be a credible and good mentor. Finally, I get to see the new Wycliffe members I coach succeed in God's plan for their lives to join Him in His kingdom-building work through Bible translation. So is this commitment Paul is calling Titus and us too easy? Absolutely not. It is messy, time-consuming, and can be frustrating if the people you reach out to don't get it, like the Cretans. But we are blessed to be a blessing, so go for it. Thank you, Daniel, for this opportunity, and thank you, Southwest Hills, for your partnership in our Wycliffe ministry.